right, welcome to looking at algebra and algebra 1 concept today. We're talking about multiplying polynomials. And this is going to correspond to 7.3 in if you're in Big Ideas book with me. And if not, this is just a general lesson on multiplying polynomials. Let's talk about a little review from last time. So let's say I want to multiply, this is number 15 from 7.2. If you want to follow that worksheet with me. Sorry, pardon me. That's 6x squared minus 3x plus 5. And then we're going to multiply this by 4x squared plus 3. So you may not know where to begin with this, and that's why I recommend you make a brick structure, or pardon me, just a block structure here. So I can put the first one here. I have 6x squared. I'm going to put it, make sure it's in standard form. It is minus 3x. We get the plus 5 here. And I'm going to write this over here, the 4x squared. And we write the plus 3. So what this allows us to do is allows us to make sure we don't miss anything. So I'm going to have, 6 different answers. I'm going to add them up. So I get 4x squared times 6x squared. I get 24. That's 4 times 6 times x to the 4th. Goes in here. And let's multiply down this row. We get negative 12. That's 4 times negative 3 times x to the 3rd. And we're going to get 4 times 5. That's 20x squared. Good. Let's come down here now. We're going to get 3 times 6x squared. That's 18x squared. We're going to get 3 times negative 3x. That's negative 9x. And we're going to get 3 times 5. That's 15. So that's just a simple matter of kind of crossing out the ones that combine. Over here, this one doesn't combine with anything, so it just comes right out. So it's just 24x to the 4th. Good. Let's do the thirds next. Are there any other x to the thirds? Nope. That's it. So we can write this out. It's negative 12x to the 3rd. I'm going to have to do this in another level there. That's fine. Let's take the x squareds now. Now the x squareds, we do have interaction. It's 18x squared plus 20x squared. That gives me positive 38x squared. Okay? And now look over here. We just got the negative 9x. That's just there. And we just got the 15. So this will be our final answer. 24x to the 4th minus 12x cubed plus 38x squared minus 9x plus 15. And this table allows you to make sure you can add everything up properly. Okay, let's move on to the next section now. So that was a little review of multiplying polynomials. We want to really emphasize the FOIL here method a little more. So let's take something common like x plus 3. Let's times it by x minus 3. And we're going to use something called the FOIL again. FOIL stands for first, outer, inner, last. So let's do the first. It's x times x. It's x squared. Then we do the outers next. That's going to be x and negative 3. So we get negative 3x. Let's do the inners. That's 3 and x. That's plus 3x. And let's do the last ones. That's 3 times negative 3. That's negative 9. And so you see here, when you have these opposite signs or opposite operations, those cancel out because they're equal but opposite, and we just get x squared minus 9. This is also known as the difference between squares. Why do we call it that? Because you can really think of it as this. It's x squared minus 3 squared, isn't it? See? That's really what we're saying. All right. Let's move on. So we did this. We've practiced this. Let's have some practice now from the section. We're going to look at, I guess, some of the harder ones, because I think you can do the FOIL ones very easily, or you can, hey, I don't mind if you use the table ones. Let's try one where we do have some unusual numbers. Okay, let's go number 15 from 7.3 to start out something a little unusual. So we have here x squared plus 5, and it's x squared minus 5. Now let me show you how fast this will take you by the end of the chapter. You should just be able to look at this and say, hey, that's x to the 4th minus 25. I don't need to show you work. But let's show if we need to do work, we would FOIL it. It's first, so x squared times x squared is x to the fourth. Outer is x squared times negative 5, that's minus 5x squared. Inner, 5 times x squared. There we go there. And we got 5 times negative 5 is minus 25. And you can see right away, those two cancel out, and it leaves you with this answer here. So that's how you can do that one. Now, what happens if the signs are not opposing? Let's go to number 16 here, just a little below. Let's look at 16. We had y to the fourth minus 2, and this is squared. Of course, this means simply y to the fourth minus 2 and y to the fourth minus 2. So let's just use the FOIL method again. It's first, so it's going to be, this comes y to the eighth, because fourth and the 4 is add. We're going to take the outers now. It's y to the fourth times negative 2. It's negative 2 y to the fourth. Let's do the inners. It's going to be negative 2 times y to the fourth, so it's negative 2 y to the fourth again. That's normal. And we got last ones now. It's negative 2 times negative 2. It's a positive 4. See, let's highlight these two. These two are going to combine, aren't they? So they combine to be, it's going to be y to the eighth minus 4 y to the fourth plus 4. And you can check, I've posted the answers to all these. If you doubt how I got these, you can check them to see if I'm right. And that's what we're doing here with these FOIL ones. See, it doesn't matter what the power is. If it's just to the first power, the FOIL method works. So you won't be able to get the answers like I give you on these problems. And of course, I always give you the answer key. But let's wrap up with just a little bit of error analysis. That's probably the best way to do it. So this is from number 13 of 7.3. And they said that x minus 5 squared, they said it equals x squared minus 5 squared. Only we know this is wrong. Why? Why is it wrong? Well, if it was x minus 5 times x plus 5, this would equal x squared minus 5 squared. But notice what's here. The operations, we need to have opposites here. Here we have the same one. This does not equal that. It equals x minus 5 times x minus 5. This is what x minus 5 squared means. So it's going to equal, and you can verify this using the FOIL method, it's going to equal x squared minus 10x plus 25. And you want to be able to get this? You can check my previous work if you have more questions. Well, that's it for the new section. We want to keep things light here. Sorry, we got one more thing here. Got to reach that 10-minute mark, that magical time amount. So let's get to it. Maybe we can apply this to areas of shapes too to begin thinking about this. So let's go to one of our enrichment activity, not enrichment, but one where we use shapes to think about things. So we have here, this is problem 14 from 7.3a. And we have a tile space here. Just pretend it's 30 feet by 30 feet. And they want to modify it such that, let me use ... So sometimes in kitchen, when you do, you're making a tile on the floor, sometimes you need a different size tile. That happens all the time. So we have a length here. They said this length here is x. And they also said this length here is x. So how would we find the new area of this tile? Well, if you look over here, this is going to be 30 plus x, isn't it? See, it's 30 here plus that x. And this is going to be, this new distance here is going to be 30 minus x, right? Because we're subtracting it off here. Because we want to find, let's shade in the area we're talking about here. We're going to find this area here. Hopefully that comes out. Shade it a little bit extra here. We want to find this area here, not the part here. So our new area can be found by, it's going to be 30 plus x times pardon me, it's 30 minus x. Because remember, it's just going to be, our area, as you recall, is just length times width. And so here's my length, here's my width, and we know that this is going to equal, well, 30 squared. It's going to be minus x squared. And so this is going to be 900 minus x squared. That's our final answer, because 30 squared is 900. All right, that's our little recap. It's about 10 minutes. Thank you for paying attention today. And if not, videos are always here. Have a great day, Algebra 1. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.